Hi everyone, another initial impressions video. I guess before we start, what you're looking at are Spyderco knives, and it is the military family of knives. So we're going to be talking about the one in the middle today, the Para-military 2. But to start off, for a quick size comparison, the military is on top with the 4-inch blade, and the Paramilitary is in the middle. Paramilitary 2 is in the middle, with a little longer blade than the first version of the Paramilitary. Let me give you another view. Back sides of the knife real fast. You may notice one thing that I did already with the Paramilitary 2. I switched the pocket clip around. You have the ability to move it around in all different spots, 4 different positions now. So I moved mine to tip up. That's my preferred style, and it works out really nice. And so that's kind of what they look like. You can also see that the Paramilitary 2 has a non-black clip. Bummer. It does look a little bit flashy now and a little shiny, and if there's anything to knock a little bit about it, then it's the pocket clip of being a high polish non-black clip. But you know, everything can't be perfect all the time. But so it's still nice. It's just, again, it's a little bit more noticeable than what I like. But anyway, so let's remove the knives, except for the Paramilitary 2. And again, the focus is my initial impression. Okay, it's not a review, it's just, hey, I got it recently. I've not really used it in a heavy use manner. Right away, you notice that it ergonomically is much better than the old one. It does fit in your hands a little better. Get some of the shine down, and it feels ergonomically very nice. It no longer has the bump in the back, and maybe they made the handle a little longer than it was, and they certainly made the blade a little longer. Handle's longer, blade's a little longer. They removed the pull up the old one here real fast. The little nub that was there in the old version. Okay, close this. See, it's now a smooth closing mechanism blade, whatever the word is. Smooth face rather than this notch right here, which a lot of people complained about rubbing or hitting their fingers when they go into their pocket to grab it. And I actually did have that problem. If you go in pretty fast trying to grab the knife in your pocket and you rub up against this, it's not a comfortable feeling at all. The other thing is that the pivot system is a little bit different. On the old one, you have the pivot screw here with, and I don't know the words, but this is an area where you can't screw here. Anyways, there's a pivot screw on this side, of course, and then there's the same one over here. I understand they moved this to more of a bushing system. One of my initial things is that I haven't quite figured out how to master the tightening of the pivot screw here. So that's different on this knife. It still has the same compression lock mechanism as the old one had. And focusing again on initial impressions, if you go back and look at my old videos or have one of these original Paramilitary knives yourself and maybe went through the same problem, but you may have noticed that out of the box mine was real hard to close the compression lock. It was not the flicking style that a lot of people have in their videos, but it took about a solid, I don't know what, go back and look at the video, but solid month of just playing with this compression lock to get it to close. easily. And no, I don't necessarily have weak fingers. It was just jammed. I put graphite in there, oils, and worked on it forever. I liked the knife so much I didn't want to send it back. But it finally, you know, after destroying my fingers, it smoothed out. So the new one came kind of ready-made, or I didn't have that problem, which I was very concerned about. Actually, when I ordered it, I put on my note saying, hey, make sure this doesn't have a overly tight compression lock, make sure the blade's lined, all that stuff. And I got basically what I wanted here. So, you know, very fast opening, smooth. I promise it will be in focus eventually here. And you can close it with ease. There's a little bit of not a stop, but you know, you can't. You have to flick it a little bit to close it with one hand. So I like it. It feels good. It's smooth in opening. The ability to change the pocket clip around is cool. The other thing they changed is the size of the lanyard hole, which I'm not really a lanyard person. But let me zoom in for you. If you ever do want to use it, I do like the fact that it is bigger. You don't have to kind of play with your rope so much to get it through, and it is kind of a pain when I have tried to put them on myself. But that's nice, and I don't think it doesn't detract from the knife at all. The other thing I have not seen mentioned yet anywhere is that the internal liners, both sides of G10, of course, there's steel liners on both sides, but the Para-military 2 has a thicker plate of steel that is skeletonized. It's both sides, so it's a full plating of steel on both sides behind the scale that is skeletonized, and you're not going to be able to see it in the video here too easily. So that's opposed to the old Para-military. There's a little bit on both sides, but the point is that it's you know, like on this side it only comes down to here. It's not the full size of the scale, so it does seem to be a little bit more durable in at least steel inside the G10, but at the same time it doesn't feel any lighter than the old one. And focus. And to keep it real, folks, I did, you know, this knife, I did receive it, and obviously the blade once again for Spyderco is just ultra sharp. S30V steel, just, it's shaving sharp. You can take off hair with this easily. And when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. It really is very sharp, and it's not just, you know, the meat of the blade, if you will, or the main part of the blade. You can use the tip of the blade and just kind of, you know, slice away with paper or whatever, and it is just sharp end to end consistently. And I just love that. You know, that is good out of the box quality. You can see it's Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. Jimping, as always, is very nice. It's very, there's lots of traction on this top side. There's a little bit down here, and I don't remember if there was that on the old knife. Yeah, a little bit on the old knife too, on top and bottom. And see with the logo. Okay, steel, Spyderco logo, steel type. Got the Spider logo. You have the creators logos, Sal and Eric. You have the 14mm hole, which is characteristic of the military and the old Para-military. A little bit of oil in there, and I really like this knife a lot. I'll do more videos on it. I heavily use my original Para-military, so I'm very pleased at the new one coming out, really fixing some of the minor but noticeable flaws with the old one. Blade alignment's perfect. The new version is actually cheaper than the old version on many sites still, and they did a great job in pricing this one. I got this for about I think it was 106 plus shipping, and I think that is an awesome price. Anyway, back to the knife. So far, initial impression, love the knife. Very pocketable, lightweight, looks nice. More to follow. Let me know if you have any questions.